Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to our Financial Friday call. It is a pleasure to be able to come to you live and in person from, I guess we could just call this the Learning Curve headquarters, I guess. I don't know what necessarily to call this, but nonetheless, glad to have you guys joining us live and also via recording. We appreciate all you guys watching and taking the time out to listen basically to what we have to say. I'm excited about this week only because this is something that Talon has kind of been talking about subconsciously for a little while. I don't know if anyone has realized that or not, but subconsciously he's been talking about this, and now we're going to talk about this in terms of economics. Last week we had an excellent conversation about what is scarcity. So I wanted to piggyback off of that with a discussion of what is an opportunity cost. And for some of you, this is going to be the first time that you've ever heard of the term opportunity cost. Now, in the world of economics, this is a phrase that's thrown around a lot. Okay. This is something that basically is a foundation block to economics and really the study of economics. Okay, so if you're wondering, kind of like what in the world we're going to be talking about today, there it is. So what is an opportunity cost? And basically there's a long version and then there's a short version, and I want to give you the short version of what it is. Okay, it's basically the cost of making a decision of choosing one thing over another. Okay, and there's a long technical term, but I don't want to throw you off with that because the language can be sometimes very confusing. So basically, what is an opportunity cost? Again, it's basically the cost between choosing one thing over another. Okay, and a great example of this, especially for me, getting out of school and about to really dive into real life and things of that nature, and just kind of my experience growing up, would be studying for a test or hanging out with friends. Okay, so my opportunity cost would be, what's more important to me? Is it more important for me to get the A in the class and really study for this test and do good on it, or is it hanging out with friends and doing, going wherever and chilling with them? What is my opportunity cost? What is the benefits of both? What is the disadvantages? Okay. But the idea of opportunity cost, it goes further than just test and hanging out with friends and, little decisions here and there. Okay. Again, anytime that we have a Financial Friday, what I want you to do is kind of, and I know this is hard for some people, what I want you to do is turn your mindset, instead of you just being in your life every single day and that kind of mindset and whatnot. What I want you to do is put on more or less a financial mindset. And we can add some practicality to that, but mostly what I want you to do is put on a financial mindset, because what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to kind of see where I'm coming from and where these things make sense. And honestly, if you start looking at things in a financial mindset, a lot of the events that happen today make a lot more sense. Okay, so that's kind of where I want you to be at, mindset wise. So when I'm talking about what is an opportunity cost, that's what I want you to be thinking in terms of economics. Okay, so again, what does that mean for us in general then? What does an opportunity cost mean to us in general? So every day we make decisions. Okay, we make a lot of decisions, and Talon has been talking to us on that Mental Adjustment Monday call about the decisions that we make and the impact that they have, and he's right. Okay, the things that we do now have an impact on the things that happen later. Okay, so we have to be smart. Now, I'm not saying for every single decision that you make, you need to take 10 minutes out of your day and really think about that decision and then move on. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, what I'm saying is you need to be smart. You need to make sure that the consequences of making that decision you're okay with. Okay, and that's the whole point of an opportunity cost, is you're weighing decisions and seeing which one is the better. Okay. And again, we make a lot of decisions every day. So it's not just like, we need to take every single decision, because obviously not every decision needs 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to think about. Some of them are just instantaneous, but some of them are not. Some of them you do need to take time, and you need to make sure that you are thinking it over and making sure that you're making the right decision to set you up for the future. Okay. So again, thinking along the lines of economics, this is where we're going to start getting into that, right? So what does that mean in terms of investing? What does that mean what does an opportunity cost mean to me when I'm investing things? Okay. When I'm investing in a company. Well, when you're looking at stocks or other investments, you have to evaluate really what is the opportunity cost. And the opportunity cost, again, it's deciding on, it's basically a decision between choices. Okay. So again, when it comes to investing, you still have to deal with this, because I can go with stock A or stock B. What is the advantages, right? One of the common things when it comes to the stock market or just investing in general is this going to be a short-term payoff or a long-term payoff? Okay. That's the main thing that I see a lot of people struggling with is, do I want this to work for me in the next week? Do I want this to be something that makes me money within a week and it's a little money to get me by? Or am I willing to wait a couple years and it pays off big? And that's up to you. You have to make that decision. Okay. You have to weigh that and see which one fits you. Okay. For me personally, I'm a long-term guy. I am fully ready to go. When I turn 59.5 years old, I am ready to go. Okay. Like, I'll probably start living life a little bit before then, but once I hit 59.5, dude, I'm living life. Okay. Because everything that I do is for the long term. It's for the future. It's for my kids. It's for my grandkids, right? That's my whole mindset. And some people just aren't like that, and that's fine. Again, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's where I'm at, okay? And really the opportunity cost, if you start boiling that down even more when it comes to investing, whether that's real estate or the stock market or Forex or whatever you're involved with, right? You have to really look at when you should invest in it. Okay. Should I invest in it now? Should I do it later? Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, if something, I don't care what it is, if something is at its highest, please do not invest in that, whether that's a house or the stock market, whatever. If it's at its highest, don't go invest in it. Please, please do not. Okay. You're going to lose money and you're going to be mad. And then you're going to think investing is not for you. I'm going to save you the trouble. Just don't do it. Okay. Just please don't. All right. Please make sure that when you're investing in something, it makes sense for you to invest in it. Okay. Now, again, that's just in terms of investing. Now let's look at this in terms of savings. So what does it mean in terms of savings? What does an opportunity cost mean in terms of that? So a great example of this would be, am I going to save $1 now, or do I spend the $1, or do I invest that $1? That's three really big questions. Okay. Again, you have to evaluate where you are and what you need, and then base your decision off of that. For me personally, I am all about trying to save for the future and trying to invest. But sometimes I do need to save. Okay. And sometimes I do need to invest in things that may have a little bit lower growth, and that's fine. Right. So, another thing when it comes to savings, and a lot of people don't know this, is, well, do I invest in metals? Right? Do I invest in metals, or do I get a savings account, or do I just keep the cash and wait for it till it bundles up? Do I keep that piggy bank? Again, all these are great questions. I'm not going to tell you which one you should do, because everybody's different. And we'll talk about that in a minute. About just differences, right? And I will tell you this, right, is not all savings accounts are the same. Okay. So when you're talking about that, you have to evaluate where or what you want to put your money in with that, right? You have to see, what savings account fits you best. Maybe you don't need a low growth savings account. Maybe you need a higher savings account. Maybe you have to go to a different bank. Okay. These decisions, these are just opportunity costs. I'm listing all of these off. Okay. Because again, you're basically making a decision between two choices and saying which one is better. And you're weighing the opportunity with that decision. Okay. It's not a horribly complicated topic to talk about or even to think about, but when you really start diving into the investing side, that's where people get so flustered because they don't know what to think, or they have a bunch of people telling them what to do, but nobody gives them a good idea. Okay. Or they don't know what they personally want. So you have to decide that for yourself. All right. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You have to decide that for yourself. I can't make that decision for you. Talon can't make that decision for you. Nobody can make that decision for you but yourself, right? So again, and continuing on with this, how does an opportunity cost affect us? How does, we've talked about what it is and what does it mean, but how does it affect us? Because there are effects to this, right? So again, every day we are forced with making decisions. Whether you like it or not, you have to make a decision. Waking up and getting out of bed is a decision, okay? You have to make that decision. And I'll be honest, when you're talking about the economy in general, right? Imagine the decisions that you make for you. Now, imagine the people who basically run the economy. And I'm not going to say names or people because I'm not going to get political with that. But basically, the people who have the ability to control the economy, imagine the amount of decisions they have to make on a daily basis, because now they're making decisions not only on the future of this country and the economy and the well-being of the United States, but they also have to make decisions for themselves. Imagine that. So next time you think that you have a lot going on, think about the people who are running the economy. It's a lot of decisions. It's like 10 times the amount of decisions that you would have to make, okay? But in a way, the opportunity costs and the decisions that they make this economy go round. And you're probably going like, well, why? Why is that even a thing? Well, basically, opportunity costs equal new businesses. Opportunity costs equal new markets, okay? Because, for instance, and I hate doing this, but let's take Publix and Walmart. And I know some of you may not be familiar with Publix, but Publix in the South is like a really big Southern food chain, and they're all about quality. Their prices are a little higher than most, but people love Publix. Okay, and then you got Walmart. Everybody knows who Walmart is. Same thing, right? For a while, for a long time, Walmart was a big deal, right? Then you had Kmart and Target and all this. Well, eventually, over time, as you can see, Kmart's really not a thing or in business anymore. Why? Because people saw that they could get the same thing for just about the same price at Walmart and it not be such a hassle. Or, now I guess the butt end of the joke for Kmart was it was just so dirty. Nobody liked going to Kmart because it was so dirty, or the prices were going up, or they treated their employees wrong. Whatever the case was, right? People saw the opportunity cost and they weighed it and they said, well, I'd rather go to Walmart than Kmart. And maybe some of that is location. But again, you have to think about this, right? Because in terms of the economy and business, opportunity cost actually allows people to open that up. Okay, it makes the economy go round and round. And this is why we have so many different companies with different marketing strategies or business strategies, right? Some are okay with charging more, but they keep their stuff nicer. They make it feel more high end. So therefore, their customers or their clientele feel more like they are buying something very hoity-toity. As opposed to people who go to Walmart, dude, they're just there to get some stuff cheap. They're there because they need to get in, they need to get out. Boom, there you go. Okay, if you're offended by that, I'm sorry, but That's basically the business model of Walmart, is to put a Walmart on every corner and to sell stuff for cheap. Okay. I'm sorry if you're offended by that, but that is literally their business model. So I'm calling it like it is. Not saying that you're cheap. I'm just saying that's their business model, right? Publix, not so much. Okay. Aldi's, not so much. Aldi's is like high end, high everything, right? So you could even have a discussion between Publix and Aldi's. That's what makes the economy go around, is these decisions. It allows consumers to make another choice and weigh that choice. And that's why we have marketing. That's why we have agencies that spend so much money on this, because people are forced with these choices and they want them to make a choice for them, right? And like I said, and I'm going to circle back to this, and I want to really reiterate this and make sure that you know for certain, okay? An opportunity cost can be different for everyone, okay? It can be different for everyone. Just because I make a decision does not mean that Talon's going to make the same one, okay? An opportunity cost is not just a on the board, everyone makes the same decisions. It varies. It varies on a lot of different levels. And as we continue on with the series talking about economics, we will talk about some of those things that play into an opportunity cost, okay? But what I want you to understand is that an opportunity cost can be different for everyone. So just because someone chooses something else apart from you does not give you the right to walk up to them and tell them that they made the wrong choice. Okay, let me reiterate that. And this really goes for life in general, but specifically when it comes to purchasing products or services. Just because somebody doesn't buy the same thing as you does not mean that gives you the right to go up and tell them they made the wrong decision. Okay? Because what someone buys or why they buy it is unique to them. Just like the things that you buy or why you buy them is unique to you. So please keep that in mind, because I've had so many people growing up tell me, oh, you made the wrong choice with this. Oh, you shouldn't have bought that. Oh, you shouldn't have went there. Well, if I have two choices and one's cheaper, as a college kid, I'm taking the cheaper option. If it gives me about the same results and it's a little bit cheaper, I'm taking the cheaper option. I'm sorry, right? We as Americans do not have the right to walk up to people and tell them that they made the wrong decision based off of what we feel is the right decision, because our opportunity cost is not the same as someone else's, okay? Please understand that. Please mull that over. If you have done that, let's just get better at it, okay? Let's just agree as Americans to get better at accepting other people's decisions, whatever they are. We may not agree with them, but let's just get better at agreeing to disagree, all right? Simply put. So yeah, that's kind of my little rant with that. But basically, guys, that is all that I have for tonight. If anybody has questions or comments, concerns about what I said, hopefully you don't have any concerns. But if you have any comments, I really, really suggest you put them in there. Let's talk about it. If you have questions, let's talk about it. I am down for discussing anything. Again, this is a long series, very planned out, very systematic. What I'm trying to do is walk you through the thought process of economics before I throw you into the deep end, okay? I want you to understand it before we start going heavy into some of the bigger topics that maybe even your high school economics teacher, if you had one, doesn't know, okay? So let's just, again, main point of today, all right? 2 main points. 1, an opportunity cost, you make a ton of decisions. And an opportunity cost, you need to make sure that you're evaluating all your decisions, because they will always have a future consequence. All right, that's the first thing. Second thing, please do not walk up to someone and tell them that they made a wrong decision because they didn't get what you got. Okay. Again, their opportunity cost may be different. Their decision may be different for a plethora of reasons. All right. We need to just get better with agreeing to disagree and leave it at that. If the world would just agree to disagree, I feel like we would get along so much better. But that's just my opinion, right? So that's my 2 cents for tonight. Again, we will talk about another what is question next week. Hopefully we will have some more questions and comments. Hopefully some people will start adding some questions or comments if they have them. But either way, appreciate you guys hopping on. Appreciate you guys for those of you who are watching. Appreciate you guys for watching this recording. And hey, I'm excited. I'm ready to go for Sunday. Stock Sunday. It's going to be a good one. I got a lot of information I've been withholding, so can't wait to share that with you guys. And we'll see you guys on the next call on Sunday night.